Welcome to part 2 of the Phrasal Verbs with Hang podcast. I'm Tom, and I'm one of the teachers here at Intrepid English. Before we begin, there's some vocabulary we need to go through. Informal, adjective, having a relaxed, friendly, or unofficial style, manner, or nature. Phrase, verb, put into a particular form of words. Particular, adjective, used to single out an individual member of a specified group or class. Washing line, noun, a line to hang wet clothes so that they dry. We use phrasal verbs every day. In conversation, in writing, over the phone. A phrasal verb is a combination of a verb and a preposition, or a verb and an adverb. When used together, the words take on a different meaning to that of the original verb. This blog explains the meaning of 4 common phrasal verbs containing the verb hang. Our first example, which is one you may know from American TV shows, is hang out. There are 2 meanings to the phrasal verb hang out. The first is to hang wet clothes outside to dry. For example, he hung out the clothes to dry. The second is to spend time in a particular place or with a particular person. For example, we should hang out sometime. A bonus phrasal verb here is hang out of, which means to lean out of a window so that the top part of your body is outside. For example, stop hanging out of the window. The second phrasal verb is another one you may be familiar with. It is hang up. There are 3 meanings for the phrasal verb hang up. The first is to put the telephone down at the end of a conversation. For example, she hung up on me, or I hung up. The second is to hang a piece of clothing on something, such as a washing line. For example, I need to go and hang up the washing. The final meaning is to stop using something because you are no longer doing that sport or activity. For example, Patricia has decided to hang up her running shoes. A bonus here is a phrase, not a phrasal verb, that uses hang, and it is hang up your hat. This is an informal phrase, which usually means leaving your job. Our third phrasal verb is hang with, which means to spend time with someone. For example, you can hang with my friends as I go to the shop. And our final example is hang on to. There are 2 meanings for the phrasal verb hang on to. The first is to keep something and not lose it. For example, he still hung on to the ring even after the divorce. The second is to hold on to something or someone tightly. For example, she hung onto the seat as the roller coaster became faster. Thank you all so much for listening to this podcast. I hope that these 4 phrasal verbs will be of use. If you have any questions or would like to request a topic for any future blogs, you can contact us through email, or you can add a comment to this podcast, or you can book your free trial lesson with one of our teachers. Thank you again. I'm Tom, one of the teachers here at Intrepid English.